we're going to do a 3 looks, 1 palette using the new Natasha Denona Retro Glam eyeshadow palette. I recently did a review of this one and so many of you guys said that you were absolutely wanting to see a 3 looks. So that is what we are going to go ahead and do. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, then let's go ahead into the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. Let's do look number 1. I've primed with my Rare Beauty eye primer. And I'm going to pop a little bit of my Luna Beauty watermelon lip oil on because my lips are dry. I went to the dentist this morning because I have to get a splint because I clenched my jaw. I know. Probably the reason why I get so many migraines now. And my lips feel really dry because they had to do like the, I don't know what it's called, but the molding for the stent, you know, for the stint, you know what I mean? Anyway, you don't care. All right. Controversial this little palette is, hey? I did a review on this, which thank you for the love on it. It did really well. So it felt like in the comments 50% of you loved the palette, 50% of you didn't like the palette. Which was, yeah, I can see that. I really can, because I think this is either for you or it's not. You know what I mean? Whereas I think like something like Glam, for example, is probably for most people. It's not that controversial, which, I mean, it's makeup. It's not that controversial in general, but you know what I mean? So yeah, I can see why this one is a little bit like hit and miss. So I think the first one that I'll go into, let's go into Lucy. Is this called Lucy? Yeah, let's go into Lucy first. This is a Rephr 16 and I will just, I'll buff this through the crease first. I don't love the mattes. I stand by this. I don't, actually, I'm not gonna go into Lucy first, sorry. I'm just gonna go straight into Belle here because once I put Lucy down, Belle won't go over the top. I know that from experience. I stand by my original complaints about these mattes. I don't think that the mattes are great. I think they're a bit powdery. I really do compared to her other formulas, but if you love them, I think that's amazing because we should love them. You spent your money on it, so I want you to love it. So I'm just packing this on the outer corner and packing it through the crease. This certainly works a lot better on its own than going over the top of another shadow. So that might just be the way to use these shadows, I think. I still haven't got my notification. Hopefully I've got it by the time this video goes up because this video will go up a week after me filming it. Hopefully I've got my Lisa Eldridge shipping notification. She must have had so many orders because normally she ships it out within like 24 hours, if not max 48 hours of ordering her palette, like from anything from her site. Whereas it's been over a week now and I still don't have a shipping notification from her. So hopefully I get it soon. I'm dying to get it. I actually kind of just want to get them so that I can see if I like them, and if I like them, I'm absolutely buying all of them. I've already decided. I've watched her launch video like 7 times, and every time I watch it, I'm like, I just want to order them all. They just look so beautiful, but I do want to make sure I like the formula before I just go and order them all. I will just take a little bit of Holly, which is the light pink here. This is a Delium 783. I'll just use this to buff the edges just a little. See, this is also the other issue is now I want to do something to deepen it and I really have no choice but to use like Evergreen or one of the metallics, which is kind of just annoying. Maybe I'll pull out Retro one sec. I might actually just pull out Retro and use it. And I'm sorry if you don't have Retro, just use either a color in the Retro Glam palette if you have it, or just use anything you own. Like, honestly, it doesn't matter. Just pick a shadow that you feel like. This is a Rephr 14. I'm gonna go into this one, Opart, which is a cream to powder. Oh, I'm about to hit pan, it looks like, on this Opart shade. Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna start by tapping. Use a very light hand with these cream to powders and then just tap and slowly blend. I'm just gonna concentrate this in the outer corner mainly. I've had a week off work because I went to Melbourne, which, by the way, thank you for all your beautiful, kind messages on that trip. We had a wonderful time. We really did. This video is going to be so long because I'm doing like a get ready with me with this one eye look. You're welcome. We had a fabulous time when we went to Melbourne. We absolutely did. Thank you for your well wishes. I did film it. It's either up or it's coming this week, like what I packed. So that is coming, don't you worry. But yeah, we had a fabulous time. It was so cold. Melbourne being Melbourne. That's fine. But we went and saw Hamilton and it was so good. You guys, I've seen it before, but the Australian cast, I reckon I've seen the Chicago cast. I don't know if that's I don't think it was the original cast, but it would have been, I don't know, a brilliant cast, still brilliant. But my God, the Australian cast is talented. They were phenomenal. Much better, I think, than even the Chicago one that I saw. Like, not that it's a competition, it shocked me. How good the Australian cast was. So if you're in Australia and you get a chance to see Hamilton, like, I can't stress enough how much I recommend it. It's so good. So we had an absolutely brilliant time. We had so much fun shopping and eating and doing all the things that you do in Melbourne. So yeah. But today's my last day of holidays before I go back to work, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit sad about it. I really don't feel like going back yet. I really don't. I'm just dipping back into the Bell shade from Retro Glam. I'm not ready to go back. I had about 10 days off, which is awesome. I just don't know how you guys do it. And I don't know if Canada's the same. But I know you guys only get like 2 weeks off or 10 days annual leave. I get 5 weeks annual leave a year. I struggle with that. Like, I just don't know how Americans, especially just because I know that their annual leave is only 2 weeks. Like, I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't. How do you survive on 2 weeks annual leave a year? It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, I've got to go back to work and I don't want to. Is the moral of that story. Let's take our Pat Intensified stick now and put this 3/4 over the lid. I'm going to film my Christmas gift guide after this, which will be up before this video. And I've been so overwhelmed about it. I was gonna film a Black Friday sales video and I just got too overwhelmed with the amount of sales and stuff, and I'm just feeling very overwhelmed. There's just so much choice this year that's like really good, and I don't know where to begin. I'm feeling just overwhelmed. Just overwhelmed. First world problems, but that's how I feel. I am going to dip into Flirt right here, because this was so pretty when I swatched it. It's like this pinky reddy shade with silver flecks, and I really liked it. And I do stand by, like, the metallics in this palette are awesome. I guess one of the awesome things about Natasha Denona palettes is you can take her pans out, like with the holes underneath. So you could just take the mattes out that you don't like and put ones in that you do like. And then you kind of have this beautiful little custom palette that you want. So I might even do that if I was to like travel with it or something. Definitely a beautiful shade. Really pretty. A great shade for the holidays that are coming up. Taking a Rephr number 28, I am now going to dip into, do I want to dip into Flutter or Oscar? No, I'm going to dip into Flutter. Let's do this one. I'm just going to pop that into the inner corner. You could totally skip this step. I just like to pop a little bit of a brightening shade into my inner corner like this. I just find that it highlights, like it lifts my hooded eyes a little bit, opens them up a bit, but you could totally skip it. Shall we leave this here and go ahead and do base makeup? So I'm gonna do a speed through of my base makeup, and then we will come back, wrap up the lower lash line and lips, show you the finished look, and then move on to look number 2. So let's do it. Also, I forgot to say, timestamps and products and everything. Probably not my full face of products, but the eyeshadow palette and the lips combos that I do, they'll be linked in the description box down below for you guys, and timestamps in case you just want to like skip to the looks. All right, let's do it. went and put my hair in a bun. If you're new around here, I suffer from hair loss and I normally wear alternative hair like a wig or a topper. Today I'm just gonna do the bun, I can't be bothered. It's like late in the afternoon when I'm filming this. And I just put some earrings on. Lower lash line. Let's go ahead and finish that. I'm gonna take Belle right here on my Delium 777 shader brush. With the exact same brush, I'm going to take a little bit of Opart out of Retro. I did forget to tell you guys, sorry, I put the Charlotte Tilbury black eyeliner in my top waterline, the Victoria Beckham Instant Brightening Pencil in my lower waterline, and I just put the Lancome Lashy Doll on my top lashes. I'm actually just going to go into Holly for the inner corner right here, so just the little pink matte shade. Just see how this looks. Probably a bit dark actually. So over the top of that, I'm just going to go in with Palladium. I'm going to pop just a teensy bit of lower mascara on and then we'll do lips. For lips, I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Lip Contour in Muted Pink. Did you guys see these are on sale right now on her website for like 60% off or something ridiculous? Actually, no, it wouldn't be right now. It's probably over by now because I'm filming this the week of Thanksgiving anyway. And then I'm going to try this. I'm going to take a little bit of Lisa Eldridge Kitten Mischief, which is more of like a pinky brown. I want it to be a pink lip, but I also want it to be a bit of a nude lip, and this might even be too much. I might take this off, but we'll see how we go. I'm actually going to put this Huda Beauty Silk Balm over the top. Let me zoom out and let's see what we think. So this is finished look one. What do you guys think? I like it actually, and now that it's zoomed back, I think it's all come together quite nicely. But what do you guys think? All right, look one, all finished. Let's go ahead and move on to look number two. Good morning, look number two. It is early in the morning. You can probably tell just from how puffy my face is. I've put on a little bit of weight, and now when I'm editing my videos, I'm like, and it's not a big deal, like whatever, but my face gets so chubs like a giant baby. Anyway, it's totally fine. I have coffee this morning because you can tell I've just woken up. Look at my Christmas cup. I just love it so much. I love the holidays. And I have primed with my Viseart eye primer. I need to put on a little bit of lip product because they're feeling dry. I'm going to use this Kaleidos Apple Glaze Lip Mask, and it looks kind of scary. It doesn't turn out, it's pretty much sheer on the lips, but it's lovely. I used it the other day and it really hydrated my lips. I think Kaleidos is truly such an underrated brand. I really do. I think they deserve so much more hype than they get. Pretty much all indie brands, right? We are gonna do a very soft and simple look today. That's what I'm in the mood for. And I've done a couple of glam looks with this palette. So I think for the next two, we will stick to some more wearable looks. So I'm gonna go in with this shade first on a Rephr 16. This is the shade Fave. And just gonna run this through the crease. I'm probably, oh no, I will put a little bit into this outer corner. Gosh, that's grey, huh? I wasn't expecting it to be like full blown slate grey, but that's cool. We can work with that for sure. Yeah, I think this palette, it might just be, I think I can get away with this palette because I'm a neutral undertone. But I could definitely see this palette is for certain undertones. Probably more so neutral to cool. I'm not fully across the undertones of skin and what colors suit them, I've got to be honest. Just because it is quite grey. But I think, you know, it's a good companion piece as well. We're going to take Pat Intensifies, and I'm literally going to put this like not all the way up into the crease, but like I'm gonna take it pretty much all the way to the outer corner. If you find that yours drags a little bit on your eye, just warm it up on the back of your hand and it will just get really emollient again. I'm taking a Delium Tool 773 and we're gonna go into Oscar right here. And we're just gonna put this all over the lid. I told you we're keeping it simple as simple today. I'll just press this onto the lids. Oh, that's a beautiful shade. It's like a champagne taupey shade. I'm not being neat with it. It's honestly just like, honestly, you could even do this as like a one and done, just like a messy kind of like, I like to call these kinds of looks almost like Hannah Louise Poston looks, you know, where she would go in with her finger and smudge it on. If you feel like that's gonna be too light for you, you could totally go in with this one right here, which is called Maxi, and that would look lovely. And if the transition shade is looking too gray for you, just pick a different transition shade from another palette, like a bronzer or something, or you know, whatever transition shade is your favorite, and you could use that. I'm just dipping back into that Rephr 16 with the Fave shade, and I'll just tidy it a smidge. You could skip the transition shade altogether and just do a one and done. World's your oyster. Let's do the speed through of my base makeup. I'm gonna just do the lower lash line while doing the speed through, because all I'm gonna do is literally run this underneath the lower lash line, and I don't even think I'm gonna put an inner corner shade on today. So I'm gonna do that on the speed through, but I will come back and do lips with you guys because I know you like to see that. So let's do the speed through of all of that. I thought I was recording me doing my lip and everything, and I wasn't. I'm so sorry, you guys. But what I have on my lips is the Lisa Eldridge Strawberry Shock lipstick, which is my all-time favorite red. If you think this is too bright for you because you're in a winter month, we're in summer months here in Australia, just pick a deeper red. Pick whatever red you like, honestly. And I used the Charlotte Tilbury Kiss and Tell lip liner with it, if you're wondering. Other than that, you guys saw everything, except I did also put a little bit of Electric Bloom from Pat McGrath Labs on my cheeks, just to tie in the red lip a little bit more. So that is what you missed. I'm so sorry. I also went and put my hair on. I suffer from hair loss if you're new around here, and I wear alternative hair. This is the finished look number 2. I feel very polished and put together. The eye was very soft and simple, and I really enjoyed it. So hopefully you did too. Let's go ahead and move on to the third and final look. Welcome to look number 3. Before we get started, there is some kind of work being done, like roadworks or something, just outside my window. So if you can kind of hear a weird noise, that is it, and I'm sorry. So we're starting the eye look. I have primed using my Rare Beauty eye primer already. I'm gonna take my Rephr number 15, and I'm gonna dip into Lucy first off, I think. Just gonna run this through the crease. I apologize, I'm sure that noise is really annoying, so I'm sorry if you can hear it. It's not gonna stop anytime soon, and I have to film this today, so I'm just gonna pack this onto the outer corner. I'm working today, so I don't have any meetings though, so I should be fine to, you know, do what I wish with my eye look. It's just gonna be me. I always giggle at, like, when I watch Teresa Is Dead and she's done like 2 eye looks or whatever, and she's like, I don't have any meetings today, so it'll be fine. She's like, someone will probably cold call me or something. And I just imagine it, because I'm like, some days that's me where I'm filming and I am in like full glam or whatever, and I'm like, it's fine, I've got no meetings, and then someone will put a meeting and you're like, well, here we go, because it's not something you might necessarily look like on the everyday. I mean, my whole work team knows what I do and is very supportive, so it's fine, but it's just funny. I'll be like, oh, Teens was up early this morning doing makeup. Now I'm gonna dip into an R102 from What's Up Beauty, and I'm gonna go into Evergreen and use that as my deepening shade because it's pretty much the only one. I'll just tap this into, I think I'll just tap this focus it more so on the outer corner today and just kind of leave it there. I just finished like editing and uploading my my holiday gift guide, and I was really nervous about it. I haven't actually looked at it hasn't gone live yet, so I don't know what the comments are or anything, sorry. But I was really nervous about it because, I don't know, I just found like, it's the same reason why I didn't do a Black Friday sales. Oh my gosh, that noise is getting worse, I'm so sorry. It's the same reason why I didn't do a Black Friday sales video this year. I was going to, but I was like, I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed with like all of it, and like, where do you kind of cull it down and narrow it down? And like, I definitely could do a part 2 and a part 3 of like gifts as well, but it's like, where do you draw a line? And I kind of wanted to only talk about gifts that like I personally had experience with, and I just, you know, I'm not gonna go and buy like a whole heap of the gift sets and stuff that I don't need, just, you know, for the sake of the video. I'm certainly not making that level of money yet on my channel, which is totally fine. I also wouldn't want to waste them. But yeah, so anyway, I just got a bit in my head with it, so I hope you enjoyed it, is the crux of that. I got really like, oh, is this even useful in any way, shape or form? But hopefully you just had fun with it anyway. Hopefully. Pat McGrath Labs Intensify Stick, as we do. Just gonna pop this on the lid. The only shadow I have left is Maxi, but I don't really want to put Maxi on today. But I've already used Marlin and Oz, but they're kind of the ones that I want to use. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go into Palladian right here. I'm gonna put that on the lid, and that'll create like a nice little mint moment. So I'm just gonna tap this on with my Rephr too. You could use your finger and all that jazz as well if you wanted to. Just keep it a little bit softer and more simple. If you want to see like a full green glam look, I recommend checking out my review of the palette. That look was quite glam. Actually, today is the day that Natasha's Black Friday sale goes live for Australia. It goes live at 3 p.m. I'm that excited. It's actually the only sale I really want to shop this year. It's the one that I have my eye on the most. I would like to get the big green palette if I can, because that many of you hound me about getting it and saying how much I'll love it. So if it's cheap enough, I might pick it up, and I might just see what else is, you know, going cheap. I haven't really shopped much. I shopped at Space NK. I picked up some more Tatcha skincare and like the Sol de Janeiro like body butter, because they had 25% off, and like Mecca doesn't do any sales here, so I was like, well, if I can get Tatcha and Sol de Janeiro from Space NK for like 25% off, and they do free shipping, win-win. And it's quick shipping, like they've already shipped it. They ship with DHL to Australia. It's like super quick, it comes really fast. So I really like shopping with Space NK if you are wondering and you're from Australia. I like how this is looking as a side note. I think that's all I've bought in the sales actually so far, and then I'll hit Natasha Denona up today. I just don't feel the need. We'll see. I wanted, oh, and Cleona, sorry. I'm gonna have to set an alarm for Cleona because I want their Christmas bundle that they just released, I think. So anyway, that's my news. Let me go ahead and do the speed through of my base makeup, and then we will come back, finish lower lash line, do lips and all that jazz, and wrap this video up. 3 looks, that went quick, hey. Okay, let's do it. base is all finished. I just kind of wanted to keep it a little bit softer and natural today, more of like an everyday look. I put my Lancome Lashy Doll mascara on my top lashes, so now we're going to do the bottom lash. I also have put no eyeliner on today because I am working and I don't wish to. So I'm going to take my Delium Tools 777 shader brush and I'm going to go into the shade Lucy, which is that initial transition shade, and I'm just going to run that under here. And then I am going to take a bit of Evergreen just on the same brush. Just work in some of that green. Yeah, just like so. Not a lot. Just going to take my sponge and kind of blend a little bit. In a corner, I'll just take a little bit of Palladium. I do like Flutter, which is this one. I just find it a little bit chunky, that's all. So I'll just put Palladium. I'll just pop a little bit of Lashy Doll on my lower lash line and then we'll move on to lips. Alrighty, for lips, we're keeping it simple too. I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner. And then for lipstick, I'm going to take my Hermes 13 Beige Kalahari. Perfect. I think I just need a touch more blush. I'm just going to take the shade from Pillow Talk again. I'm just gonna go put my hair on and then we'll zoom out and see the finished look and wrap up this video. So just a jiffy. And this is the finished look using the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. What do you guys think? Let me get up a little bit closer so you can see the eye look. I really like this. This is actually for me a really nice everyday soft wearable look and a way that you can kind of incorporate a little bit of color into like your everyday casual life without it being too over the top or making you feel like you're too outside your comfort zone, at least for me. Like I'm about to go and do like the post office run and all that kind of, you know, supermarket and all that, and I feel very comfortable doing that in this makeup. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the 3 looks using this palette. I kind of still stand by my initial thoughts on this palette. I think if it's a color story that you don't own and you are really gravitated towards it, then go for it. But I think if you own nearly all of the Natasha Denona middies, I don't really know if you need this. But you know, as always, it's up to you. You just do you. You do you. And I didn't say this in my review, but it would make a great companion piece to the other Natasha Denona middies as well. So yeah, as always, it's everyone's value of Rodella is different. You do you. But yeah, sorry I couldn't do 5 looks. It's just time-wise right now, I just definitely couldn't in between filming other videos, but hopefully you enjoyed the 3 looks that we did. And yeah, let me know what was your favorite down below. I think it was this one that was my favorite, but you let me know what your favorite was. And other than that, if you are watching until this point, you're an absolute legend. Truly, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, pretty please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. It means the world to me. And I hope that you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye.